We live in a world where people often wear masks, hiding their true selves behind layers of carefully controlled behavior. But beneath those masks lies something more revealing, their character. And if you want to uncover a person's true nature, you don't need years. All you need is to observe 5 specific things. One of the clearest indicators of someone's true character is how they treat those who can do nothing for them. In our daily interactions, there are often hidden motives. What we can gain, how we want to be seen, or the social norms that shape our actions. But when someone interacts with a person who holds no power over them, all those layers fall away. In such moments, pretense fades, and a person's genuine values and true nature come to light. Think about it. When someone engages with a person who has nothing to offer, no advantage, no recognition, no favors, there's no external reason to act with kindness or respect. Whatever they choose to do in those moments reflects who they truly are, deep down. A kind and compassionate person will always treat others with respect and empathy, regardless of their status or ability to give something in return. This isn't driven by any benefit. It comes from their core values and genuine humanity. On the other hand, a person who lacks kindness may ignore or belittle others when there's nothing to gain, showing their true nature when the mask slips. Observing how people behave in such situations can tell you everything you need to know about their character. They recognize the inherent dignity of every individual, valuing others not for what they can offer, but because they genuinely believe in the principle of treating everyone with respect. On the other hand, some people may dismiss or mistreat those they see as powerless, insignificant, or dependent. This behavior often comes from arrogance, insecurity, or a need to feel superior by putting others down. Such individuals fail to see the shared humanity in relationships. They don't treat others kindly because they don't see any personal benefit, showing indifference or even cruelty instead. This lack of compassion reveals their inability to view others through the lens of mutual respect and equality. It's not just the grand acts of kindness that matter. The small, everyday interactions often speak the loudest. How does someone treat a waiter, a cleaner, or a stranger passing by? Are they polite and considerate, or do they act as if those people are invisible or beneath them? These seemingly minor moments are often the most revealing because they are unguarded and unplanned. A person's behavior in these situations reflects their inner world, their values, insecurities, and the kind of energy they bring into the lives of others. Treating everyone with respect, regardless of what they can give in return, also requires self-discipline. It's easy to ignore or dismiss someone who can't do anything for you, but choosing compassion and patience takes effort and emotional maturity. Moreover, this principle is rooted in a deep truth. Every person has intrinsic worth, no matter their societal position or what they contribute. Those who understand this act with a moral clarity that doesn't rely on rewards or external validation. Their kindness comes from a genuine commitment to doing what's right, not from any expectation of personal gain. In essence, these small acts of respect and compassion define who we truly are. How someone treats those who cannot benefit them is a reflection of their inner world. It shows whether their actions are driven by genuine principles of respect and compassion, or whether their kindness is purely transactional, based on what they can gain. Similarly, a person's response to failure is another powerful indicator of their true character. Failure is an inevitable part of life, and how we deal with it reflects who we are at our core. While success often hides flaws and insecurities, failure strips away any pretenses, forcing us to face our true selves. It is in these vulnerable moments that a person's real nature comes to light. Some people react to failure with bitterness, blame, or self-pity. Instead of accepting responsibility for their mistakes, they shift the blame to others or external circumstances. This behavior reveals an inability to face reality and a fragile ego that struggles to handle personal accountability. Blame becomes a way to avoid the discomfort of self-reflection, while self-pity offers temporary relief from the pain of failure. However, these responses often lead to stagnation, preventing the individual from learning, growing, or moving forward. They see themselves as victims of their circumstances rather than as individuals capable of overcoming challenges. On the other hand, those with resilience and integrity face failure directly. They understand that failure is not a permanent judgment of their worth, but an opportunity to grow and improve. Instead of dwelling on the negative, they analyze their mistakes, take responsibility, and work on becoming better. These individuals view failure as a stepping stone rather than a dead end. They don't let setbacks define them, but use them as lessons to shape their future. This mindset not only helps them overcome challenges, but also builds their inner strength and character. It's a reminder that how we handle failure speaks volumes about who we truly are. These individuals have the humility to admit their mistakes, the courage to understand what went wrong, and the determination to try again. They see failure as a teacher that provides lessons success often cannot. By accepting failure, they turn it into a stepping stone for growth and improvement. This mindset reflects a deep sense of accountability and a commitment to personal development, qualities that are marks of a strong character. The way someone responds to failure also reveals their approach to effort and perseverance. Do they give up at the first sign of difficulty, or do they push forward despite the obstacles? True character is built in the act of persisting, even when success is uncertain. Those who rise after falling show a resilience and inner strength that are hard to break. They have a clear sense of purpose that drives their determination, helping them endure setbacks and discomfort in pursuit of a greater goal. Another critical aspect of responding to failure is how a person manages their emotions. Failure often brings feelings of frustration, shame, or anger. How someone handles these emotions says a lot about their emotional maturity. A person who lashes out, blames others, or becomes consumed by negative emotions shows an inability to cope constructively with challenges. In contrast, those who remain calm, reflect on their feelings, and channel their energy into positive action demonstrate incredible self-control and wisdom. They don't let their emotions control them, but use those feelings as fuel to move forward. Failure is an unavoidable part of life. It affects everyone, putting us all on an equal footing and forcing us to confront our weaknesses. It's not the failure itself, but how we respond to it that defines our true character. How to respond when things don't go as planned. The choice lies in how we approach the situation. Those who see failure as an opportunity to grow showcase a strong and resilient character. They inspire others by turning setbacks into chances to improve and by rising stronger after every fall. In the end, it is not the failure that defines a person, but how they choose to respond to it. How someone handles power reveals more about their true character than almost any other aspect of their behavior. Power acts as a magnifier, amplifying a person's true intentions and priorities. When someone is given authority, whether at work, in a relationship, or any other context, it removes many of the filters that usually guide their actions. In such moments, their core values and genuine motivations come to the surface. Power doesn't corrupt, it reveals. When individuals gain power, the real question becomes, how do they use it? Some people use power to serve themselves, aiming to control or exploit others for personal gain. This behavior often stems from deep insecurities or unresolved emotional issues. For them, power becomes a way to assert superiority, hide their fears, or mask feelings of inadequacy. They may demean subordinates, demand excessive control, or prioritize their own desires over others' well-being. This misuse of power not only shows a lack of empathy, but also highlights a fragile self-esteem. Their need to dominate often hides an internal fear of vulnerability or failure. In contrast, there are people who use power with responsibility, humility, and a desire to serve others. These individuals see power not as a privilege to exploit, but as an opportunity to uplift. They create spaces where others feel respected, valued, and empowered. Instead of seeking control, they inspire collaboration and growth, ensuring their leadership benefits everyone around them. This approach reflects emotional maturity, self-confidence, and a strong moral foundation. True leaders don't aim to control, they aim to guide. They understand that their role isn't about being above others, but standing beside them, providing support and encouraging growth. Power also challenges a person's ability to resist temptation. When someone is in a position of authority, they often have chances to act selfishly or unethically without facing immediate consequences. Whether they choose to give in to these temptations or remain true to their principles says a lot about their integrity. A person who values honesty and fairness, even when no one is watching, demonstrates a deep commitment to doing what is right. Conversely, those who misuse their power for personal gain or ignore ethical boundaries reveal a lack of self-control and moral grounding. Another key aspect of handling power is how one deals with challenges or opposition. A person with strong character stays open to feedback and differing opinions, knowing that true leadership involves listening and adapting. They don't view criticism as a threat, but as an opportunity to grow. On the other hand, individuals who respond defensively or with hostility to opposition often reveal their insecurity and inability to manage power effectively. Ultimately, power doesn't create character, it magnifies what is already there. It brings out either generosity and wisdom or selfishness and cruelty. Observing how someone handles power gives insight into their true essence. Those who lead with integrity, humility, and a genuine sense of service inspire trust and admiration. Meanwhile, those who abuse power not only harm others, but diminish their own worth. Similarly, how someone talks about others when they're not present is a powerful reflection of their character. In these moments, free from the influence or presence of the person being discussed, their true thoughts and values are revealed. Words have power, and the way a person uses them shows the energy they bring to their relationships and the world around them. When someone consistently speaks poorly about others behind their backs, it often indicates deeper insecurities or unresolved personal issues. Negative gossip, for example, can be a way to make oneself feel better by bringing others down. This behavior comes from a comparative mindset, where a person measures their worth against others and finds temporary satisfaction in criticizing them. However, this only highlights an inability to focus on self-improvement. Speaking negatively about others in their absence also raises questions about loyalty and integrity. If someone is quick to betray or criticize someone who trusts them, it's natural to wonder whether they can be trusted themselves. Beyond personal insecurities, gossiping or spreading negativity creates a toxic environment. It fosters division, mistrust, and an overall negative atmosphere. People who engage in such behavior often fail to realize the broader impact of their words. When someone hears another person gossiping, they might think, if they talk like this about others, what might they be saying about me when I'm not around? This not only damages relationships, but also diminishes the gossiper's credibility. In contrast, those who speak positively or at least neutrally about others, even in their absence, show emotional maturity and integrity. A person who avoids unnecessary criticism and instead chooses to focus on empathy or understanding values relationships more than fleeting gossip. Even when they disagree with or dislike someone, responding with fairness and respect reveals a strong sense of character. It shows they can separate emotions from principles and acknowledge the humanity in others, even in moments of conflict. This principle is especially important in professional and leadership roles. Leaders who support and advocate for their team members in their absence build trust and loyalty. It shows they value collaboration and are genuinely invested in their team's success. On the other hand, leaders who criticize or demean their colleagues behind closed doors create resentment and weaken team dynamics. Ultimately, the way we speak about others reflects our values, priorities, and emotional intelligence. Choosing words that uplift rather than divide is a sign of a confident and principled individual. How someone speaks about others when they're not around is more than just a reflection of their opinions. It mirrors their self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and moral compass. It shows whether they approach relationships with generosity or judgment, with empathy or envy. Words are not neutral. They carry intent and energy, shaping not only our relationships with others, but also how we view ourselves. Those who choose to speak with fairness and integrity, even when no one else is listening, demonstrate a strength of character that naturally earns respect and trust. How a person faces the inevitable truths of life, aging, loss, and death, reveals the depth of their character, philosophy, and emotional resilience. These universal experiences strip away illusions of control and permanence, forcing us to confront vulnerability, uncertainty, and the fleeting nature of existence. The way someone engages with these realities provides deep insight into their inner world and how they find meaning in life. Aging is a natural process that challenges our sense of identity. Some people respond with denial or fear, clinging to youth and attempting to hide the signs of aging. They focus on outward appearances, often shaped by societal standards that glorify youth, while ignoring the growth and wisdom that come with age. This reaction highlights a discomfort with change and a fear of impermanence. On the other hand, those who approach aging with grace and acceptance show a deep understanding of life's cycles. They focus on the insights they've gained rather than the years they've lost. They use their experiences to guide and inspire others, reflecting humility, self-awareness, and a respect for life's journey. Loss, whether it's of relationships, possessions, or dreams, is another powerful test of character. Everyone experiences loss, but how they respond varies greatly. Some are consumed by bitterness, unable to move beyond their grief or disappointment. They might retreat into isolation, building emotional walls to avoid further pain, or they might lash out at the world in frustration. In contrast, those who accept loss as a part of life and find ways to heal and grow from it display remarkable emotional resilience. They don't allow their pain to define them, but instead use it as a stepping stone to deeper wisdom and empathy. These reactions, while understandable, often hinder growth and healing, trapping individuals in a cycle of despair. In contrast, others find a way to integrate their losses into their lives, using them as a catalyst for growth and transformation. They don't shy away from the pain, but embrace it as an essential part of being human. By finding meaning in their suffering, they develop resilience and compassion, which deepens their connection to others and to life itself. Death, the ultimate inevitability, is perhaps the greatest test of one's character and worldview. How a person relates to the reality of mortality says a lot about their courage and approach to finding meaning. Some avoid or deny the subject entirely, living in a way that refuses to acknowledge life's fragility. This denial often leads to misplaced priorities as they focus on distractions rather than addressing the deeper questions of life. Others, however, confront the reality of death with humility and courage, allowing it to shape how they live. By accepting their mortality, they gain a deeper appreciation for the present moment and the relationships that give life meaning. They learn to prioritize what truly matters, understanding that life's brevity makes it all the more precious. Ultimately, how someone faces aging, loss, and death reveals their ability to navigate life's greatest challenges. It shows whether they are guided by fear or understanding, whether they resist life's flow or embrace it fully. Those who confront these truths with grace demonstrate wisdom, strength, and the ability to find beauty even in life's most difficult aspects. True character is most clearly revealed through a person's actions, especially in the ordinary moments and the most challenging circumstances. Words can persuade, and appearances can deceive, but consistent behavior exposes the essence of someone's nature. The mundane, day-to-day decisions and the extraordinary trials reveal who a person really is, far beyond the surface-level image they might project. In everyday situations, such as how someone treats others while ordering coffee, helping a colleague, or engaging in casual conversations, their true character is on full display. These seemingly small moments often carry more weight than grand gestures, as they reflect a person's authentic self. It's easy to be kind and polite when there's something to gain, or when people are watching. But true integrity is shown when no one is around, and no reward or recognition is expected. These seemingly small actions reveal whether a person's kindness is genuine or just for show. The consistency of their behavior, especially in how they treat those they consider insignificant or unimportant, speaks volumes about the depth of their character. In times of adversity, when everything feels like it's falling apart, or when someone is under immense pressure, their response becomes a true test of their strength and values. Difficult situations often trigger emotional reactions, and while it's natural to feel anger, frustration, or fear, how these emotions are managed reveals a person's true nature. Some people lash out, act impulsively, or resort to unethical behavior when faced with challenges. This kind of reaction often shows a lack of self-control and an inability to handle adversity gracefully. On the other hand, individuals who approach challenges with calmness, responsibility, and purpose demonstrate emotional maturity and resilience. They don't let their emotions control them, but instead rise above and take thoughtful, meaningful actions. How someone deals with failure is another strong indicator of their character. Failure, though often seen negatively, is one of life's greatest teachers. A person's response to failure matters greatly. Do they see it as an opportunity to learn and grow, or do they look for excuses and shift the blame? Those who accept failure as a lesson, take responsibility for their mistakes, and move forward with determination, show self-awareness and inner strength. In contrast, people who avoid failure or refuse to face it often reveal a lack of maturity and an unwillingness to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves. Even in success, humility is a trait that reveals character. Some people become arrogant or self-congratulatory when they achieve something, basking in their accomplishments as if they define their worth. This kind of behavior often distances them from others and shows a fragile ego beneath the surface. Others, however, stay humble and grounded, understanding that success is often a result of timing, teamwork, and sometimes even a bit of luck. Being humble in success, sharing credit, and acknowledging the contributions of others is a clear sign of strong character. Actions, whether in everyday situations or during moments of pressure, provide a real look into someone's values, priorities, and emotional intelligence. While words and appearances can often mislead, it's consistent behavior that reveals a person's true integrity and strength. It's through both big and small actions that a person's character is truly shown, shaping who they are at their core. In the end, it's how we act, not just what we say, that defines us. Our ability to stay true to our values, especially in difficult times, speaks volumes about our inner strength and authenticity. If you want to learn more about what makes a true leader and how to strengthen your own character, make sure to subscribe for more.